Liverpool found Jude Bellingham transfer alternative. Liverpool have turned to the Portuguese market several times in recent years to add to Jürgen Klopp's roster. Luis Diaz joined the Reds from Porto in January, while Darwin Nunez was transferred from Benfica in the summer, eventually becoming a record signing for the club. Despite being brought in from the Wolves, Diogo Jota is a Portuguese player and entered the market in his hometown, including one season on loan at Porto. The last name to leave the Primeira Liga is midfielder Enzo Fernandez, who joined Benfica from Argentina giant River Plate earlier this summer for €10 million. The 21-year-old is a product of River Plate's academy and joined the club in 2006. He made 53 appearances for the first team, scored 12 goals and recorded 10 assists before being caught by a European club. Benfica wasn't the only club vying for Fernandez's signing this summer, with Premier League team Wolves as well as Juventus reportedly in the race recently. Sky Sports' Melissa Reddy also revealed last month that Liverpool is closely monitoring the player's development in Portugal. The midfielder, who played 13 games in all lanes with his new team this season, scored 3 goals. He blew the net in both of Benfica's Champions League qualifiers against Midfield. Fernandez has yet to make his Argentina debut and has only played twice at the U20 level so far. However, he is in the squad for the upcoming friendlies against Honduras and Jamaica. He's very close to his first minutes for the national team, and that could help boost his market value. The young player was named Portugal's Player of the Month after flying off in the campaign and has certainly put in an impressive performance to be in Lionel Scaloni's World Cup squad in just a few months. It's also not surprising that he was previously linked to Manchester United. Manchester City are also said to be interested. For now, he is making a name for himself in Portugal, and despite speculation about the player's future, Benfica boss Roger Schmidt wants him to stay at the club for a while. Roger Schmidt said of the player, "He feels good here, it's a great place to grow. He's a great player, a great person. He's a good professional and knows what he's been doing since coming here. It all came together at the right time, I think, for a long time. He'll be here, half a year isn't enough." Fernandez signed a 5-year deal when he joined Benfica in the summer and is currently contracted until 2027. Reports following the completion of the transfer show that the player has a substantial €120 million release clause, and his former club will qualify for 25% of future signings. Midfield goals for Liverpool will be high on the agenda in the summer transfer window of 2023, and some of the Reds' contracts will expire. At the moment their contract expires at the end of the campaign. Jürgen Klopp has signed Arthur Melo on loan for now. Next summer, longer-term solution will need to be determined and signed. Jude Bellingham is most heavily linked to his transfer to Anfield, but he is also wanted by a number of top European clubs. This is a reason that destroys the meaning that the transfer will be final. Therefore, Liverpool's follow-up to Fernandez as an alternative prevents Liverpool from experiencing a new midfield crisis. The young player, who will be 22 years old next summer, is sure to add vitality to Liverpool's midfield. Moreover, he can dominate the Liverpool midfield for many years. Liverpool are watching the next Vincent Kompany closely. Liverpool paid £36 million last year alone to sign Ibrahima Konate of Leipzig. But in the not-too-distant future, the Reds may have to re-enter the market for another top central defensive capability. Because Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip, who were the first-choice duo in the Premier League last season, are both getting old. The couple is now 31 years old and the department will need to be revamped soon. Moreover, Joe Gomez, one of the alternative players, showed in the Napoli match that he is not ready for this show yet. It looks like Liverpool are now considering a move to last summer's Ajax defender per Schuurs. George Gardy, who worked as an intermediary on behalf of the player to secure his £8.1 million transfer to Turin, said Liverpool, Spurs and Paris Saint-Germain were moving to pick up the player. However, Schuurs joined the mid-table Serie A team with the rightful belief that he would play more regularly, increasing his chances of joining the Dutch national team. Liverpool's interest actually goes back a long way. Playing for Fortuna Sittard at the age of 17, the actress had a trial at Merseyside. However, the club has stated that they will continue to develop and monitor its development in the Netherlands. And in the defensive crisis in 2020, they thought of making a move on the player. It's perfectly normal why the Reds have wanted him for so long. According to European football expert Alex Barker, Schuurs is ambitious to have trying passes that many Premier League defenders can't do, quite strong in the fight and well built for a young defender. Meanwhile, talent scout Jacek Kulik compared him to Vincent Kompany in 2019 and kept his expectations high. However, Barker said Schuurs lost some confidence after making mistakes in the second half of the 2020-2021 season, which contributed to Erik ten Hag's losing his spot last season as he opted for an even more exciting matchup of Julian Timber and Lisandro Martinez. Admittedly, Schuurs' game still needs polishing. This was evident from the group stage matches of Jürgen Klopp with his team in the 2020-2021 Champions League group stage. Over the course of 2 games, both of which ended in a 1-0 Liverpool win, he made 5 interceptions, 5 tackles and 7 gaps, winning 6 of his 10 ground duels. However, he lost all 4 of his 6 head fights, and his poor pass success rate of 78.8% in 2 games meant he took too many risks or had a hard time picking them out under pressure. Schuurs was also guilty of a mistake that led to a huge chance for Mohamed Salah at Anfield and was lucky to evade a red card for knocking out Sadio Mane, who seemed to have scored. Overall, most observers were impressed but still seemed amateur at some moments. There is still time for Schuurs to reach Liverpool level, and he has the opportunity to learn from the master of his craft at Van Dijk. Its market value has dropped a bit lately, but based on summer research, Liverpool is expected to continue to watch Schuurs closely in Serie A, Europe's top 5 leagues this season. Salah is returning to the team early. Very good news came to Liverpool from Egypt. Mohamed Salah will not take part in Egypt's friendly match against Liberia on Tuesday. The star forward will return to Liverpool before the resumption of the Premier League season, national team coach Rui Vitória announced on Sunday. The 30-year-old, who scored twice in Friday's 3-0 Niger friendly match, was excluded from the squad, along with striker Mustafa Mohamed and defender Ahmed Fatou, in Tuesday's match in Alexandria. Egypt failed to qualify for this year's World Cup held in Qatar and lost to African champion Senegal in the playoff. Salah's early release from the squad has been agreed to allow him to return to Liverpool and focus on club football. The Reds have had a bad start to the season and are 8th in the Premier League table with 2 wins and 9 points from 6 games so far. Salah has scored just 3 goals in a total of 8 games for Jürgen Klopp's team so far this season, placing him a long way from last year when he scored 31 goals in all competitions. The forward will look to add to his tally of 2 league goals this season, as Liverpool host Brighton on Saturday. More training with the team is needed to reverse Liverpool's slump, and Salah's early return will be beneficial as it will increase team practice.